All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. So my name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint, and I'm going to be spending about 45 minutes with you as we go through our business introductory presentation. You are very welcome to ask me any questions afterwards on our live stream. Good evening to all of you out there in the rest of the country. You are too welcome to ask any questions on the live chat. We've got Carol monitoring our chat on YouTube, so I'm sure she can answer any questions that you might pose to her there. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Now, Constantia is a business that has been operating in the insurance space for nearly 70 years. We were founded in 1952, so we've been around for a very long time. You might not recognize the brand. That's typically because Constantia has never dealt with consumers, with members of the public, typically in the past. But this is certainly a brand you'll become more familiar with, especially since DuePoint, the division, is now operating in the public space. So go do a little bit of a background check on us. You're welcome to go check us out on our website, on Constantia's website. The FSP number that we operate under is that one that you see up on screen at the moment. We've got all our Financial Services Board licenses on display for anyone to take a look at. So we've got them up in our foyer above the water cooler, and you are very welcome to go to our website. They'll be available there too. And if you're still skeptical, you may go to the FSCA website and just look up Constantia, and you'll see all the licenses come up there. So we've got a long and short-term insurance license, we've got an investment license, as well as our FSP license. The senior staff here at DuePoint are these people that you see up on screen now. So the first three individuals on the far left are registered chartered accountants, and they are responsible for fairly important aspects in our business, being our accounting, the auditing requirements, most importantly, the regulatory requirements that we have in our business as a financial services provider, as an insurance company. Mr. Benfield is our senior executive. He heads up this division of DuePoint, and he's got a lot of experience in financial services, particularly in insurance. His father, I guess, is a testament to a lot of the success they've had as a family. His father founded Clientele Life in the IFA. Brendan was the COO of Prime Meridian Direct, PMD, down the road. So we've got some wonderful financial pedigree in Mr. Benfield. Then myself and Jane, we're the two non-accountants in the business. Jane is very experienced in network marketing or referral marketing. She cut her teeth in the UK, so she's actually from the UK, but she gained a lot of experience in that space pretty much all her working career, and that experience is fundamental to our business because we're an insurance company, and we've decided to adopt as a marketing channel this network marketing aspect to our business. And so we rely on that channel for all our growth here at DuePoint. And so it's a very important aspect of our business, and Jane's experience is paramount to the success in our business. And then myself, I've been working in advertising for over 25 years. I ran my own digital agency for about 15 years, operated very much in the digital space. I did a lot of work actually in the financial sector too, particularly for Investec, but that's the experience I had. And I exited my business and then joined the team here at DuePoint for various reasons. But that is our senior staff. We are here to serve you. It is in our business interest to make sure that anyone that decides to join us in this business, because really what this presentation is about is a proposition to create partnership, to create this collaboration, where we depend on members of the public to come in, join us in this business, and go out and help us grow our business in South Africa. And so what we do here at DuePoint mostly is figuring out what the best way is to serve and support the people that join us here at DuePoint, because we want to see people who do decide to join us being effective at helping us grow our business, and more importantly, becoming profitable as quickly as possible. And that's really why you're here. That's the interest that led you to watching this presentation for the next 45 minutes, is that ability to become profitable as quickly as possible. It serves both our interests, because if you can become profitable in this business, you will be happy in this business, you'll carry on doing what you're doing, helping us grow our brand in South Africa, and that serves us very well. So know that there is a plethora of support available for you. You are certainly not alone if you join us in this business. You just have to lean into that support here at DuePoint. Very quickly, we discuss the personal finance circumstance that a lot of South Africans find themselves in. We noticeably have been seeing that people are actually finding themselves more and more in crisis, and that probably goes without saying if you look at our economy at the moment and the state thereof. So really, we don't really have to labor on. I imagine that most people that decide to come look at our business, to come sit through this presentation, already know the necessity that they hope this business would serve for them. And so our business is really about mitigating that risk that we have in our lives with regards to personal finance. We, used to rely on salary to get through life. Those days are over. We are now faced with the reality that we have to start taking responsibility for our income, because we can no longer depend on the company we work for, the people around us, the economy, our politicians. We can't depend on those aspects anymore. We have to actually start taking control over our income ourselves, and that in this business is exactly that. It poses that exact opportunity. When we launched this business 2.5 years ago, we had a number of aspirations in mind, not only for the business, but for the people that join us here, and that has been one of wealth creation. That is the language that we speak here at DuePoint. It goes so much further beyond just creating additional income for people that join us here. We want people to become wealthy. We want them to change their lives. That has to happen in a sustainable fashion. And that is only really achieved through wealth creation. Our business is not about creating once-off, activity-based, sales-based, commission-based income. That is, you reset yourself to zero at the end of every single month when you do that. Our business is about creating an asset that creates wealth for you in a sustainable fashion, something that you can depend on in the long term. And one of the biggest obstacles we have to kind of get over, something we have to face early on, is this issue of debt. A lot of South Africans are over-indebted and in crisis, because our circumstances are getting worse every month. You look at how much your salary is increasing and what inflation is increasing by every year. It is almost unavoidable to suddenly be going backwards with regards to your personal finance. But if this business can empower you to start creating additional income, we hope that people will aspire to getting rid of their debt first, because you cannot become a wealthy individual if you keep owing other people and institutions money. And so if you can aspire to getting rid of your debt as quickly as possible, well, now for the first time in your life, can you actually focus on creating wealth? And that is what our business is about. It's about wealth creation. How does this actually work practically? Well, as a guest, you have the opportunity to join DuePoint this evening. Once you join us, we refer to you as a wealth engineer. And as a wealth engineer, you are tasked with going out and building what we call a channel of distribution. So I'll show you what a channel of distribution looks like shortly, but it is basically you going out and connecting other people to DuePoint. As if you had gone to a good movie or to a wonderful restaurant, you would go out and tell people about that, right? That is traditionally known as referral marketing. We've just decided to remunerate people for doing that. And so if you can successfully refer people to DuePoint that ultimately become wealth engineers too, and product owners, well, there are a host of benefits waiting for you while you build this channel of distribution. Primarily being that you get to create an additional income every month. That's really why you're here, for the money, right? But the nature of the income, again, revolves around wealth creation. We don't create once-off commission-based or activity-based income. We create what we call recurring income or passive income. Some people refer to it as annuity income. It's all the same thing. It is the ability to create an asset that pays out your income. So you imagine in your day jobs, your salary jobs, your employment, if you don't get to go to work next month for whatever reason, you will not get paid a salary, because your salary is based 100% on the activity that you are mandated to provide the company that you work for. But if you create an asset, the asset doesn't disappear next month. The asset remains as is. And if you're deriving income out of the asset, well, then it doesn't matter what you do next month. You'll still get paid because the asset still exists. And that is the power of recurring income with DuePoint. You get to harness the power of duplication. So this is a benefit that you want to leverage as much as possible. It is your opportunity to go out and build a team that will create and help you build a channel that much faster and effectively. Of course, having a team collaborating with you is going to be beneficial to you. So you have to leverage this benefit as much as possible. I'll show you what power duplication looks like when we look at a channel and some of the wealth engineers in our business. Our business is flexi time. Really, that's just a benefit with the technology that we've put in place here at DuePoint. You have the ability to run your entire business from the palm of your hand. From your smartphone, you can do everything that you need to do. You can build a channel anywhere in the country at any time of the day. It is extremely flexible. There's no startup capital requirements here at DuePoint. We don't have starter kits. We don't have registration fees. We don't have boxes of product that you have to invest in tonight and go home with. We've designed this business to have a very low barrier to entry. We want people to be able to consider this business opportunity without the fear of any risk being involved in this business. Right? And so for everybody, all our guests here, even as a skeptic, you are at liberty to partake in this business opportunity knowing that there is very little risk involved. No qualifications or experience requirements. We have tried to make this business as accessible to everybody as possible. You get to build an asset. Now, I've said this already. You get to build an asset. This channel of distribution is treated as an asset, but it's an asset that you have legal tender over. It means you own your channel of distribution here at DuePoint. It means that you can sell it. Right? So we have a number of wealth engineers who have sold their channels for whatever reason. You know that when you get close to 60, DuePoint's not going to retire you. Your company that you work for is going to retire you when you get to 60, typically, right? 60, 65, and that's when your income ends. Your income goes from whatever it is to zero in a single month, and you've got to look back on your 40, 45 years and gone, okay, I've been earning a salary for 40, 45 years. What have I done with it? What does my retirement fund look like? And that's what the economy has been based on currently, is that you get to work for so many years to put together enough retirement fund so that you can live happily from retirement age. But that is not reality for over 90% of the population. And this is where taking control of your income comes into play again. Instead of spending your time chasing a salary, what you need to do is start investing your time into not only creating salary, but also investing time into building assets, because the asset is not going to retire you at 60. Your asset income that you're deriving doesn't end at 60, 65. DuePoint will carry on paying you through your 60s, through your 70s, through your 80s, and even when you die one day, the value of that asset doesn't disappear. You get to seed your channel of distribution to your beneficiaries in your will. And so you'll be one of the very, 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 very few South Africans that actually pass wealth onto the next generation instead of becoming a burden to your children. There is no selling involved in our business, so you are excluded from any dealings with regards to our products. If you go read our code of conduct, it'll explicitly state there that you may not market or advertise or promote or refer anyone to our products. Right? You don't have to worry about the products. This is a great thing. People, I imagine, they don't enjoy the prospect of having to go out and start selling insurance and investment products. And you're not going to be doing that. What you're going to be doing is connecting people to the business opportunity here at DuePoint. The opportunity to start creating recurring income. That's all you're going to be doing. Then it is my job and Brendan's job when we get up onto stage, when you put people in front of this presentation, that's when they will be exposed to the products, right? So there is no selling involved in our business. The nature of our products being financial in nature means that we don't have stock and distribution issues. Like I said, there's no boxes of product that you're going to be going home with this evening. And so we make the products in themselves very convenient to deal with in the DuePoint system. Your success is certainly dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. So that's what you're tasked with, is building this thing called the channel of distribution. It begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint, and now you're going to go out and connect other people. So in this case, you've been able to connect 5 people to your channel. Right? Early beginnings, but from that point on, your channel will almost take on a life of its own. This is where the power of duplication comes into effect. You want to make sure that you bring in the strongest, the best quality people possible. You've got to believe that you're building a board of directors, people that you can relate to, people that you trust, have the resources to build their own channels. Because that behavior will filter into the rest of your business. Your task here at DuePoint is to build a sustainable channel. If you bring desperate people who don't have resources to build channels themselves, that same behavior will filter into your business, and this will collapse every other month. You want to build a business that becomes sustainable. Sustainable means that you don't have to nurse it and keep rebuilding it constantly. You want to be in a position where you know that asset is going to look the same next month than what it did last month. Because then you can start depending on income regardless of your activity in the business. So this is what a channel of distribution looks like. This is what you're going to be building at DuePoint. This is where you derive your income from. You're potentially earning income off of every single product owning wealth engineer that you see up on the screen, and that'll carry on growing and carry on growing and carry on growing. So that's a channel of distribution. My warning to everybody, I don't want to say you, I'll say some people arrive imagining that they can become successful overnight, that they just need to refer a couple of people, they know lots of people, they got the gift of the gab, they were salespeople before in another lifetime, and that this business is going to make a success for them. They're going to be millionaires by the end of the year. That doesn't exist in any aspect of life. My warning to everybody here is that this business is difficult. It is hard. It is simple. It is a simple business. If you want to get engaged in this business, you can certainly become successful, but it is not easy. It requires hard work. It requires commitment to time, accountability to keep pushing, especially in the first few years. You speak to any entrepreneur, they typically have a 5-year plan before they're able to gauge whether a business is going to be successful or not. Fortunately, you're in a position here where you get to partner with a company and individuals that are extremely experienced and successful already in this aspect of business. And that's the benefit. But always, there's always hard work ahead of you. But I'm hoping that people will deem it worthy to sacrifice time into building these channels of distribution with the promise of being able to create recurring, sustainable income for themselves. So that is my warning. Success at DuePoint is not this linear curve to becoming a millionaire, right? That linear curve doesn't exist. It is bumpy. Endurance is required. All right, so that's my warning to everybody. I'm going to go over our products now. So we've got 4 products that are all financial in nature. They're all built with wealth creation in mind. So they're very straightforward products. You can find more information on our website. You can go onto the YouTube channel. We've got in-depth reviews on each of the videos. Our first product is Access Wealth. It is an investment product. It is going to cost you 324 Rand a month, of which 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund. That fund resides with Sanlam. It is actively managed. We've got fund managers, fund administrators involved with this product. You have got free access to that fund. There is no notice period or restriction period with regards to accessing your funds. And then on top of that, we actually give you a little bit of insurance with this investment to the value of 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, we'll pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand and plus what's in that investment fund. So that is the investment product, Access Wealth. The second product is Wealth Guard. This is strictly insurance, so this is only personal accident death cover. It is going to cost you 249 Rand a month, but this time you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. The beauty of our personal accident death cover products is that we don't discriminate against people. So typically, you know, if you've been involved with any short-term insurance products or even long-term insurance products, you will know that the insurance company will want to profile you. They want to know how old you are. They want to know what you're up to, your behavior, your genetics. They want to know everything about you so that they can build a risk profile, and then the premium that they charge you will reflect that risk. At DuePoint, it is all the same for everybody. As long as you're over the age of 18, doesn't matter what your risk looks like, what your health status is, your age. It's 249 for everybody. Everyone gets 1 million Rands worth of cover. So this product is extremely accessible to everybody. Our third product is Family Wealth. Family Wealth is our new funeral cover product. It starts at 299 Rand a month. You get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. With that, it covers up to 5 family members or dependents, and you also get 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So upon your death, if you owe anyone money, we will pay out up to 10,000 Rand, and you can increase your cover to 30,000 Rand as well as up to 10 family members or dependents. And then again, there's no discrimination in this product. As long as you're over the age of 18, you can see there the line, no excluded pre-existing conditions. It doesn't matter what your health status is. You can get covered by this wonderful family cover product called Family Wealth. Then lastly, we've got Wealth Points. So Wealth Points is actually not a financial product. It's more a lifestyle product. It costs you 299 Rand a month. And the product aims to save you a little bit of money. It's designed to lower your cost of living expenses every month. So you think about all the money that you spend every month habitually on the various items that we have to spend money on. We've gone to a number of businesses. We've negotiated discounts with these different companies, and we've passed those discounts on to our Wealth Points members. So we've tried to cover that broad spectrum of typically what people spend money on. We've got data partners, we've got groceries, we've got online retailers. Hershey's is very popular. We've got car manufacturers. We're about to add a telecoms company onto this product. So this product is ever evolving. If you're looking for immediate benefit, this is a great product to look at. More information on our website on all the products, but these are straightforward products, folks. You're free to consider one of them or all 4 of them. It is up to you. It's a personal decision that you're going to be making. Very quickly, just to discuss or explain our business model here at DuePoint. Typically, this is what separates us from a lot of other insurance businesses and most businesses in South Africa, I think. It's in the fact that we don't do any marketing or advertising. So I said earlier in the presentation that we've adopted network or referral marketing as our methodology towards marketing and growing our brand in South Africa. And so DuePoint doesn't spend a cent on marketing and advertising, but we still take that portion of our budget, but we just reassign it. We reassign it to 2 programs here at DuePoint, the returns and the rewards program. So in other words, we take the budget and we pay it to our wealth engineers for the successful work that they do in building their channels of distribution into which we sell and market our products. And so the 2 ways to benefit as a wealth engineer is through these 2 programs, the returns program and the rewards program. We're going to look at the rewards program a little later, but what I want to discuss now is the most important program, and that's the returns program. This is the ability to make that income every single month. So how does it work? It basically works like this. We pay out a base return fee of 27.50 Rand for every product you have in your channel. So remember the slide with what your channel could look like. Now imagine earning off of every single product paying wealth engineer that you saw up on that slide. But it's dependent on where the product lies in relation to you. So the first 5 individuals that you introduce to DuePoint, we call that your first point, right? And on your first point, we actually pay you double the 27.50 Rand. So you're earning 55 Rand for every product on your first point every month. Remember, it's recurring income. When those individuals, those wealth engineers go out and they connect other wealth engineers who become product owners, that's what we call your second point. And on your second point, again, you earn 55 Rand for every product every single month. And then as your channel starts to grow out further and further, you can see point 3 all the way out to the point 8. That multiplier drops steadily. So by point 8, you're earning 4% of the 27.50 Rand, but we don't limit you there because your channel will carry on growing well beyond point 8. We've got wealth engineers who have got channels that are beyond point 30 already in the space of 2 years. From point 8, you can carry on earning that 4%. We don't limit you on the size of your channel at DuePoint. We don't limit you on how much money you can earn at DuePoint. That responsibility falls squarely on your shoulders. I always say this business is about time and numbers. Time will take care of itself. You can't do anything about that. You can take care of numbers, though. You want your business to build faster and bigger? Connect more people onto your first point. It is as simple as that. So this is the mechanics of the returns. But people always want to know, well, how much money can I earn in this business? How quickly can I become rich or wealthy, whatever you deem that to be? So what we did was we built this projection over the next 5 years. We call it the path to success. So if you don't have a 5-year plan, here's a wonderful 5-year plan to adopt. It is based on an assumption around activity. So it assumes that in your first month, you can connect 3 people into your business. And then every consecutive month thereafter, you only have to connect 2 people. So for example, in October, even though we're near the end of October, you connect 3 people in October, and then in November, you only have to connect 2. In December, another 2. In January, another 2. And you keep connecting 2 new people onto your first point into perpetuity for the next 5 years. These are the numbers you can expect to earn if you do that activity. So after 6 months, you should be earning around 2,500 Rand a month. Now, this is a wonderful example because for some people, they might deem, well, 2,500 Rand a month after 6 months, is that a lot? Is it too little? Let me show you the power of money, because you can derive so much more value out of 2,500 Rand. So general consensus, you can say, well, 2,500 Rand would be great in my pocket right now, but I want to show you the power of money, especially when we start contributing this additional income that we're making towards paying our debt off a little bit faster. So we've got an example here of someone who has financed some property to the value of R1 million, right? They've gone to the bank and asked for the money. The bank agreed to give them a loan. And typically the bank says to you, okay, how long do you want to pay the property off for, or pay us back for? And that's called your bond term. And people say, okay, 20 years, I'll pay the house off for 20 years. And they'll give you an interest rate based on your risk profile again. So let's say at prime plus 2, over 20 years, you financed R1 million on a property. You'll be paying back the bank 11,500 Rand a month for the next 20 years, right? But you join DuePoint, and 6 months later, with some success and activity, you're earning 2,500 Rand a month. Now you can make the decision. We're always faced with this decision. Do I spend the money or do I invest the money? Paying your debt off faster has the same consequence as investing, right? And that's the decision you're going to be faced with constantly when you start making extra money. Our hope is that wealth engineers would aspire to paying their debt off a little bit faster. In this example, if you take the 2,500 Rand and put it into your R1 million bond as an additional payment every single month, it won't take you 20 years to pay your house off. It'll take you 11 and a half years. You've nearly halved the term of the bond. And on R1 million financed, that saves you 900,000 Rand in interest that you would have paid to the bank. That's nearly saved you the full asset value that you financed. And that's 6 months away. After 12 months, you're earning in excess of 9,000 Rand a month. That's over 100,000 Rand of annual recurring income that you've just created for yourself in the space of 12 months. You keep going. You're still connecting 2 people every single month. After 24 months, you're close to 30,000 Rand a month. After 36 months, you're close to 50,000 Rand a month. After 48 months, 4 years from today, next Soccer World Cup will be in 4 years' time, you'll be close to 70,000 Rand a month. And then after 5 years, 60 months away, your 5-year plan, you'll be earning about R1 million in annual recurring income from your flexi time job over and above your monthly salary. Now, this is completely academic. It is theoretical, right? Granted, we've had very clever actuaries that put the projection together, and we've taken into consideration all the negative aspects of our business, the people that don't pay their product, the people that don't build channels. All of that is considered, yet we still get to R1 million annually after 5 years. But every month we invite wealth engineers up onto stage to share their testimonies with people, because these are real life individuals that are doing this business at DuePoint of growing channels of distribution. So let's take a look at some of these wealth engineers. First up, we've got Millicent Ramutla. She's from Johannesburg. She's been in the business for 6 months. You can go look at all these testimony videos on our YouTube channel. They've been popped up today because we had this Tell All Tuesday, what we call it, last night. So these are brand new testimonies. So her channel value is sitting at over 1,200 Rand a month, nearly 1,300 Rand. She's got 5 points already. That's the size of her channel. 78 people in her channel, and she's got 28 first pointers. So she's personally introduced 28 people into the business. Now you can already see the leverage that she's created. Out of the 28 people she's introduced, that's turned into 78 people in her business. And Millicent admittedly says she actually puts that money into her bond. She must be one of the very few wealth engineers actually putting additional money into her bond. So I'm going to be very excited the day she comes and says, I've paid my house off in half the time, or maybe even less, right? Because Millicent is really just getting started. 6 months is still fresh in the game. We will start to see, with time, you will start to see how your channel develops. It's very difficult to gauge at the beginning. And so it's very important to stay actively engaged in building your channel at the beginning, because your channel distribution is still a baby. So we've still got lots to see from Millicent. She's very active, very engaged in the business. Then we've got Lindo from KZN. So Lindo's channel value is sitting at nearly 4,000 Rand a month, and he's done that in just 4 months, right? Now you might be wondering, well, geez, he seems to have just shot the lights out with regards to our 3+2 projection earlier, and that's because he's got 44 first pointers that he's introduced. He's just introduced more people on his first point. That is translated to 126 individuals in his channel. His channel is 7 points wide. And again, look at the leverage. He's only done work to connect 44 people into the business. It's translated to over 100 people in his channel, and he's deriving monthly income out of that. Go watch his testimony. He sums it up. Connect, 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 no excuses. Right? I love that. That's going to become our strapline at DuePoint. And then lastly, we've got Marsha and Rulof, very experienced networkers. They've been involved in network marketing for sure 20 years at least, I think. They joined DuePoint the day we launched this business. So for 2.5 years, they've been involved here at DuePoint. Their average channel value, this is average, so we've taken their income and averaged it over 2.5 years, and it's still at nearly 25,000 Rand a month that they've created for themselves. They've got 1,765 products in their channel. Their channel is 17 points wide. They've got 9 qualified first pointers. They've got 1 ranked 9. That won't make sense to you, so let me explain it. They introduced 1 person onto their first point that on his own went out and found 1,000 people into their channel. That's why I say it is so important to make sure that you build a quality first point. You have to be discerning in who you bring onto your first point. Only you can make that decision. If you become desperate and just want anyone to join onto your first point, you're going to have a poor channel that's going to collapse every other month. But if you bring strong people in, people that you can relate to, people that you know have resources to thrive as wealth engineers, then you'll do what Rulof did. And that is bring someone in on their own steam that would introduce another 1,000 people into your channel. It makes building channels so much easier and so much more effective. So go watch these testimonies. They're all available on YouTube. The ranks will make more sense to you when we discuss the rewards program. But Marsha and Rulof are a hair away from receiving a brand new car from DuePoint. So I'm sure they've been a bit distracted with the rank 9 trip that's about to happen. But we're going to be very excited when we get to give them a car when they hit rank 11. So we've got thousands of people joining our business every single month, and everybody is different. I like to compare it to Comrades Marathon. Everyone is running a different race, a different pace, should I say. You are at liberty to decide what you want out of this business. No one is going to make that decision for you. But the decision is not so much what you want, because it is easy to decide what you want. It is a fleeting decision, perhaps even a fantasy to go, oh yes, I want to be a millionaire, or I want 5,000 Rand a month, or 10,000 Rand a month, whatever it is. That is a quick decision. The decision for me, practically, that everybody needs to make is realistically, how is DuePoint going to fit into your life from tonight? If what you see this evening is what you want, well, you need to figure out how you're going to get it. Because you have to keep yourself accountable to having DuePoint in the front of your mind every single morning that you wake up, so that your eyes are looking for opportunity all the time. It is about connecting and connecting and connecting without any excuses. And that for me is the decision. Getting started in our business is very straightforward. You jump onto the mobile app or onto our website. It takes literally 5 minutes to become a wealth engineer. And now you have to start applying yourself to this business that you've decided to engage in. You have a channel now. You have the responsibility of building this channel. Not for us, for yourself. So how do you apply yourself? Number one, go watch the training. We've got loads of training available that cover every aspect of business, and we've even categorized it so you know what training to go watch first. go engage with that training. Set goals for yourself. So you have to set a goal. You've got to put this stick in the sand. Decide what you want out of the business in the short term, right? So in the next couple of months, the next year, the next 5 years, set those goals. Put deadlines to those goals, and then prepare a plan on how to get there. The plan is extremely simple. Honestly, sincerely, the plan is very simple, because our business gets distilled to one metric that you have to worry about, and that is, how many people do I need to speak to every month to get to where I want to with DuePoint? That's all it comes down to. If you decide, well, I need to speak to 10 people a month so that 2 or 3 join, so that I can be making 100,000 Rand extra every single year within 12 months, well, then you have to be speaking to 10 people every single month, and that's the only number you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about who says yes or who says no. You just make sure you knock on 10 doors a month, and that's the number you worry about. It is that simple to get started at DuePoint. Consider the merchandise. The merchandise is designed to empower you to create more successful connections. If you're knocking on 10 doors, if you make a good first impression, perhaps 4 people will join your business out of the 10 doors that you knock on. Get the merchandise. I come from a background of marketing, advertising, and branding. I understand the power of creating a good first impression. The merchandise helps you create a better first impression. For me, business cards are probably the most important thing. You can order business cards or any of the merchandise from our head office. Phone us, we will deliver it anywhere in the country for you. So please consider getting merchandise. Join our Facebook page. We're very active on there. Your finger will be on the pulse if you're on the Facebook page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. All our videos, every bit of content that we've produced typically is on the YouTube channel for the last 2.5 years. It's all nicely categorized for you in playlists. And then finally, make sure you download the mobile app. It's available for Android and Apple devices. And that is your business in the palm of your hand. You need a smartphone in this business. You need to have the app. The app reflects what's happening in your channel in real time. If you don't have the app, or at least if you don't even have a computer, you're not going to know what's happening in your channel. So you can access all of that through the app or online. So make sure you do those 3 things to connect to us. And then finally, we've got the rewards program here at DuePoint. This is where we get to reward you over and above the money that you're making every single month. And you can already see the rewards program looks very exciting, because we've got blue skies, beaches, and palm trees. How does the rewards program work? Basically, when you start becoming active as a wealth engineer, we give you something called XP. It stands for experience points. And when you start collecting more of this XP and your channel grows at the same time, there are a host of rewards waiting for you. So if you become a wealth engineer today, you will start out as a rank 0 wealth engineer. You are pretty much off the screen. But to get to rank 1 is fairly straightforward. You need 1,000 XP. You need 4 products in your qualified channel. And the moment you meet those 2 criteria, you become a rank 1. And when you become a rank 1, you get an extra 55 Rand at the end of the month, once off. Right? It doesn't sound like much, I know. What can you buy with 55 Rand? Maybe a liter of petrol. But you have to recognize that you've just proven to yourself that you can get to any rank in our business. Because the people at rank 20 are doing exactly the same thing the people at rank 1 are doing. They are just knocking on doors. There is nothing fancy about this business. It is about you knocking on doors, connecting people to a business opportunity. The only thing that separates you from rank 20 is time. And so if you're willing to do the time, if you have the endurance, you can get anywhere in DuePoint. And the rewards get much bigger. There's a 20,000 Rand check waiting for you, a 50,000 Rand check. Lynette and Fricky picked up their 20,000 Rand check last week, right? Pensioners from Vanderbijl Park. We've got tools that we give to our wealth engineers to help them build their channels more effectively. Fancy little USB drives that have got all our video collateral on that plug into any device. At rank 7, we talk about the importance of first impressions, of credibility, the power of branding. At rank 7, we spent 12,500 Rand getting personal business cards manufactured in your name. They are exorbitantly expensive, but the power of putting a business card on the table that is literally emblazoned and gilded in gold, there's no ink There's no printing involved in the process of making these business cards. Create such an impression that your credibility goes through the roof. People will give you more time to explain what DuePoint's about when you have business cards like these. Then rank 9, this is one everyone gets very excited about. And this is the first recurring reward. So this you get to enjoy every single year for the rest of your life. So when you get to rank 9, we take you and your family, business class flights, to a 5-star luxury resort for 7 days, all expenses paid. And when I say all expenses paid, you literally don't even have to bring your wallet with you to this vacation. We take care of everything. You will get to experience a luxury holiday like a millionaire for a week, because this is the journey you're on at DuePoint. Because sooner or later, you'll be able to afford these holidays for yourselves whenever you want to. Right? So it is a taste of what's to come at DuePoint, and you get to enjoy this every single year. So take a look at the video. This is our last rank 9 trip that we've documented. This was in Mauritius, the Western Turtle Bay, so you're welcome to go Google it. But take a look at the video.
When all of your wind has gone and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
And that is available for every single person watching this presentation tonight. It is available for everybody. It is just a matter of time to get there. And you get to decide how long it's going to take you to get to rank 9. We got some wealth engineers that did it in 5 months, some that took a year, some that took 2 years. It is up to you. How quickly do you want to get to rank 9? You'll be earning well over 20,000 Rand a month when you get to rank 9. 2 ranks later, we spend R250,000 buying our wealth engineers a brand new car. A car with 0 debit order at the end of the month. By rank 11, how much closer are you to creating true wealth in your life? This has happened for some wealth engineers in the space of 2 years. You're just getting started. Our rewards program goes up to rank 28. What does life look like when you start hitting the ranks in their 20s? And this is an invitation to everybody. If you can get to rank 1, you can get to rank 9, you can get to rank 11, you can get to rank 28. But you have to decide how many doors are you willing to knock on month after month to get yourself into this position. We've got some national encounters planned for the balance of the year. When everybody thought that they were going to start relaxing and slowing down into December, most certainly not, because there is a lot of opportunity left before the end of this year, and we want to take full advantage of the opportunities available to us to build wealth. So we are visiting Bloemfontein this weekend on Saturday. I'm going to be going down to visit my fellow Free Staters. Then we've got Bombela scheduled in the beginning of November, and then towards the end of November we've got Cape Town. These are wonderful opportunities for people to start building their channels nationally. All you have to do is make a list of people that you think you know in each of these provinces. Even if you don't know anyone in those provinces, find someone that you think knows people in those provinces. Make a list, phone them, invite them. The worst that can happen is they say no to you. By the end of the year, you could have a national channel providing recurring income for you. I want people in this business to be wealthier this December than they were last December. That is the point. These incremental changes based on opportunities like this to build your channels. So do that for yourself. Take note of the dates. Go onto our website. Click on the events button. Click on register and register yourself and as many guests as you can on each of these events, because we're going to be going down to these cities and building belief in this business so that people can start getting engaged and start building channels of distribution. This is how it happens. On Saturday morning, we've got Brendan giving a development seminar. The topic is the mobile app and dashboard. So we're going to be going in depth into how to use the mobile app and the dashboard online on our website. You cannot build a channel here at DuePoint without understanding what is happening in your channel. And if you don't know the dashboard or the mobile app like the back of your hand, you actually don't know what's going on in your channel. And so this development seminar is fundamental for any wealth engineer here at DuePoint. So make sure that you either come to head office at 9 o'clock in the morning, tune into the live stream. If you can't make it at 9 o'clock on Saturday, the development seminar will be up on YouTube for everybody the moment it's done. So you can watch it over the weekend, you can connect to it next week, but make sure that you watch this development seminar and make sure that everybody that you've connected into your channel, your first pointers, are aware of this development seminar, right? It'll be empowering to understanding what's going on in your channel. And with that, the final slide is to invite you to join us in this business called DuePoint, where we are all collaborating together to build wealth and prosperity, to change our circumstance, to take charge of our income when things seem to be crumbling around us. This is the opportunity. Like I said, it is not an opportunity that is easy. It is something that's going to be difficult. But I'm hoping that this presentation has shown to you that this is something that would be worth getting engaged in, worth sweating and frustrating over and getting people involved over, because it'll provide financial freedom for not only you, but for your family in a sustainable fashion. We want to create long-term relationships. So that is my invitation to you. Like I said, if you have any questions, just shout. You're free to chat to Carol online. You can at least tell her how many guests you have or where you tuned in from, instead of just saying hi to each other on the chat like you normally do. So do that. It'll excite Carol a little bit. But otherwise, I wish everybody a very prosperous, 8-9 weeks left of the year. Plenty opportunity involved in a business like this. So good luck. Thank you.